Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another, video. And today we're going to look at some Tomica Limited Vintage. And we're going to look at just a very expensive package that came in the mail for me just yesterday. And we're going to check it out. Yeah, we're going to go over, how much this stuff cost. I'm going to ask you guys the question of, is it worth it? Are they worth it? What do you guys think of Tomica Limited Vintage? Now, this is the July. This is actually the complete July 2021 release. This is everything in it, and it's the first time that I actually got every single vehicle in any 1 month's release, because I just couldn't pass any of these up. We have 2 Ferraris, 2 Nissans, and 2 Porsches. So yeah, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into it. This is just one of those videos that you just don't want your wife to see, right? Because I spent a little bit too much money. But in all, YouTube helps me out with that. And yeah, so whatever, it's not a big deal. But we're going to take a look at it, and I want you guys to let me know. We're going to actually start, let's start with the Porsche. So, Tomica Limited Vintage doesn't do a lot of Euro stuff. They just haven't done a ton of it. Most of it's obviously Japanese cars. If you're not familiar with the brand, they do a lot of more Japanese cars, and they do them in realistic 1/64 scale. They are, very, very high quality and just very, very excellent pieces of art. They're quite good. For reference, let me see here. So yeah, it is the whole release. I pulled up the whole release on Japan Booster just to check it out. I did not order these from Japan Booster, by the way. I got them from Hobby Link Japan, is where I got mine from. I pre-ordered from there because you don't have to pay up front when you pre-order from there, which can be kind of dangerous if you're not watching out, but I had time to, set aside the money for the release when I knew it was going to happen, and when it happened, at least it wasn't such a blow. All right, so here we're going to go. So basically, these cars are like $20 to $25 each right off the bat when they come out. These ones are. Now, if you go on eBay and you try to find, I do have one of this casting previously. That's this one right here. And I believe this is the same casting, this Porsche. LVN86. Oh, they didn't put it on the bottom. This is an older release. Copyright date 2010. If you go try to find this, and this came from my buddy Diecast, if you go try to find these Porsches on eBay prior to this release, they are ungodly expensive typically. Not that they necessarily sell for as much as people are asking for them, but you can see people asking for, $100 plus for these Porsches, and then you have to pay shipping from Japan is likely where you're finding them at. Occasionally you'll find an American seller with them, but it's not very common, and they're still going to be, very, 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 very expensive. So these, I had to jump on the Porsches. I knew for sure I had to get both Porsches, because regardless if I decide to get rid of them eventually, I know that, I'll definitely make a profit on them. Not that this is necessarily about profit. I don't have plans on these leaving the collection, but they got the Porsche official licensing on there, LV86. This is version G. So I guess we'll start with G, even though F is before it. So they've come up with quite a few different versions of this. That's how you can tell. This is the casting number. This is the version number. So this is version G. We can take a look around the box real quick. There it is. I don't think this thing has any parts that you have to glue on or anything like that. I don't think the casting has side mirrors. Let's go ahead and just pop this out. So if you're not familiar, they come in this plastic thing. If you do order from Japan Booster, they do throw in an extra little protecto for the box, which to some people the box is really important. I try to save on the box as much as possible, but again, regardless of what you do with the box, it's still going to be quite valuable in the future. So this one does have a side mirror attached to it. And yeah, so this is definitely copyright 2010. So it is the same tooling as the blue one that we just showed, or that I just showed. And let's go ahead and take a quick peek at it. So it's got the Fuchs wheels. All the detail you would expect from Tomica Limited Vintage. Is it a little QC issue on the wheel there? Looks like a hair or something got stuck between the rim and the tire. It's a very maroon color. Kind of a brownish maroon, and it does look really good. I'm really glad that side mirror didn't come as an extra component that you'd have to like glue on yourself. That is very good that came like that. These cars are metal on metal. They got weight to them. This one has suspension. So it's actually got a little suspension to it. Of course, inserted details for the headlights and just very, very elaborate details. Small little printing, small little everything. Truly 1/64 scale, and that makes this a really nice little piece. So, yeah, I don't know if this is going to bring down the value of the older ones now that these are a little bit more available. That'll have to be seen on the old eBay as to what happens. And pretty much for the older Tomica limited vintage releases, eBay is pretty much your only place to get them. And if anybody knows of any other place to get older releases or secondhand releases, you let me know. But in here in America, in the old United States, pretty much the only place you're going to find them is on eBay. Yeah, that is a little hair that's stuck in between the tire and the rim. Anyway, I think I got that out. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Another thing you'll notice is the glass is super clear. Like the windshield's really, really clear on this one. Let's take a look at the orange one or yellow one or whatever. They always leave a little bit to be desired in the printing of the box because that color, it's really hard to gauge what the paint is actually going to look like when you get it out based on the color on the box. And here is this one. Which this is pretty accurate. It's kind of a sunny yellow, orangish, sunsetish kind of look. Different wheels. Very good looking piece. Quite good. So which one would you get? And then, so these ones, like I said, buying them brand new, if you pre-ordered them, they're probably like $20-25, something like that each. I think that's right about what they were. So are these worth it? I'm going to say right off the bat, yeah, these are probably worth it. And like I said, because they're super highly detailed, and when you get in the $20 range, I mean, there's a lot of other brands you could go with, like 64, some Tarmac Works, are up in that price range. If you go to like ignition model or something like that, they're more expensive than this. So I would say these are reasonably priced. In my opinion, I think these are definitely worth the price that you pay for them. It's just they do add up when you start, picking up a bunch of them. All right, so next let's move on to the Z casting. So this is the Nissan Fairlady Z-T 2x2. We got version A and a version B. So this is actually a new casting. Now, I thought this is the same tooling as one that I already do have, which is this one right here. But apparently it is different because this one is just the Fairlady Z 2x2. It is tooling LVN 84. So Tomica Limited Vintage Neo 84. It's one of my favorite Tomica Limited Vintages in my collection. I have 3 different versions of this car, all of which are up there in value. So you got the silver with the black with the gold accents, and of course this like maroonish brownish one, which is my favorite of the 3. And then now we get this, which is LVN 236. So it is different. Let's open that up. I know you guys probably cringe when I use my fingernail to open up these boxes because I can damage the box, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm too lazy to go get a tool to open up the boxes, and I forget to every single time I do these. All right. So here is this casting. Very similar, but different. So this one, I guarantee you, I mean, these are going to go up in value. The Z cars are always popular. Always very popular. And this is another one where the starting point of the price tag, the price tag that starts at is not that ridiculous. These are going to be, the $20 range or $25 depending on where you get them from. And let's just take a peek around at some differences real quick. They look pretty much the dang same, don't they? Somebody that's like a Z aficionado might be able to tell you what's different really about these two cars. I mean, the exhaust is different. The taillights are sort of pretty much the same shape and everything. The hood looks the same. The front of the car, for all intents and purposes, look the same. It's a right-hand drive. That all looks pretty much the same. Looks like there's a trim piece that's not on this one along the side that's a little different. Maybe the bumpers are a little different. Hard to tell. I would call these in the same tooling family at the very least. But they are technically different wheels. Interesting indeed. Just like little lip on the door hang is actually, it's there in here. It's just not as accented as this one, just because of the way that the graphic is or whatever, the black that comes up with this one. So anyway, a very, very beautiful car. And again, at this price point for this one, I'm going to say that's definitely worth it. And you got to get these when they come out. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you want a Tomica limited vintage car, if it's a desirable casting like a Nissan Z or a Porsche or any of the Ferraris really for that matter, you should probably grab them now, because if you don't, they're limited. They come out and then they go away, and then when they go away, they don't come back, and sometimes they don't reuse the castings for a very, very long time, and that causes these things to skyrocket in price, at least asking price. I don't know what they're actually selling for. But, I mean, if their asking price is way high, then you're not going to be able to get one in your collection, right? So that's why it's kind of a get it now or don't get it at all. All right. Here's the version B. Here we got it in a red. Again, Fairlady ZT 2x2. So it shows mirrors on here. This did not come with a mirror add-on. Sometimes a Tomica limited vintage will come with an added piece. I'm just double checking here. It is not in the box, so they do not expect you to do your own little model work on these, which is actually good. I'm glad, because I actually don't like that. That's a feature I'm not a fan of with the Tomica limited vintage. I never add the extra pieces. I don't have the talent for it, and I don't have the guts to do it. So, and this one in red. Looks pretty good in red. So very nice. And now this being an A and B, I'm sure we'll see a C and D sometime down the road. It will come out in two different colors. But if you like either of these two colors, I would say scoop them up while you can. They're going to be out on eBay. They'll be saturated out on eBay for a little while, and then they will be gone. And when they're gone, when they do pop up, they will be expensive. This is a popular model, so it's just going to be pricey. You can look up these, like these ones, the older version of it, I guess, or whatever, and you'll see what I'm talking about with the expense on these, or at least what people, like I said, what people are asking for. I get that what people are asking for them and what people are actually paying for them are two different things. I understand that, but you must understand that you need to get these now if you want them at all. All right. Let's see. Next we got the 328 GTB and the 328 GTS. This is a brand new tooling from Tomica Limited Vintage in the Ferrari lineup. Now the Ferrari lineup is a little bit special. Maybe a lot of it special. I don't know. Quite a bit special compared to your regular release. And because of that, these are definitely a higher price point. Okay, you do get special packaging. Typically, the models also come with some sort of opening feature, which likely is part of driving the cost up. But I think what's really driving the cost up on the Ferraris maybe is the licensing, possibly, and having to sublet the licensing from Matchbox Group, which is not, doesn't own Tomica, so Tomica basically has to almost like lease a license to be able to go ahead and produce these cars, which is interesting. And I don't really get the legalese all behind all of that and what the deal is and why and how and what's between licensing and cars and diecast. I probably should learn more, but anyway, they're here and they're expensive. These were about $50 each right out of the gate from where I ordered them. Some other places they are going to be more expensive. The lines are like $60 a piece right out of the gate, which means, if they do go up in value, they're going to go up quite a bit. So, all right, so this one, okay, interesting. This one is going to come, well, first of all, the box. Box is nice. It's got foil print on it, all that stuff. It also comes with this little thing here, and then we can see the model under there. And this is the removable top version. So look at what it comes with. It comes with a plate you can add in the front. It comes with 2 side mirrors, and it comes with a top that you can put on the top, of course. I'm not going to do probably any of that. It also has an opening engine cover. So let's go ahead and remove this from its packaging. Here's all your extra components here. I'm not even going to cut open this bag. That's how far I go with that. I'm not even going to do it. There's no way I'm going to demonstrate this, so I apologize about that. Maybe someday on a Tomica Limited Vintage I will demonstrate adding on a piece if I ever want to do it. I mean, the top will just sit on top of there. That's fine. You don't really need to glue it in. But the license plate you'd have to glue in, and the mirrors you'd have to glue in. And you'll see when we look at the car, they don't like put holes or anything to guide you on where to put those pieces. So you have to just eyeball it basically and put them in there. Well, yeah, ain't doing that, especially on a model that's this expensive. I'm not even going to open up that baggie that stuff goes in. That's how much I'm not going to mess with that. But let's go ahead and take a look at these beautiful things. Just gorgeous, and definitely a Ferrari that I dig. Very, very cool. 328 GTS. It says produced under license of Ferrari, SPA, and MCG. Yeah, Matchbox Group. 2020 copyright date. Here's the opening feature with a detailed engine. That looks awesome. Super stoked about this one. Now, I do not know if there's a Tomica exclusive of these in yellow. Sometimes for the Ferraris, they will also put a yellow one or a special color one that will only be available in the Tomica Mall. And those particular ones go for quite a bit of money. But yeah, look at this beauty. So, got yellow in the wheel hub there. Just the detail with the lights underneath there. And then, of course, the detail in the rear. And then, of course, the opening feature. Super cool. So, very, very awesome. Let's go ahead and just pull out the other one real quick. I'm going to set this one in a safe area. 328 GTB. Again, packaging is all the same. And again, with this one, you can add a license plate, side mirrors. This one already has a top on it, so we don't need to worry about that. And let's just pull it out again. You get the little bits and pieces in there. And it's nestled in a little tissue-like plastic thing. These end up just going right on display anyway for me, but I don't buy these to just keep them in a box and keep them put away because this price you better want to look at them. All right. And here they are. Beautiful. Again, it's more of the same. It's really about the same casting. It's just, the hard top version of it, I guess. And you got the same details back here. I believe that's the same engine detail. They will actually change that up if there is a difference, and I think this is, yeah, the same. Very, very cool. All right, so this is your July 2021 interior difference. Black interior on this one, tan interior on this one. Pretty cool. I'm probably should look at the detail there on the interior. Quite a bit of detail. Not loads and loads of it, but really, really good. And here's the thing. Tomica Limited Vintage now, from this July, like on, we're in trouble. I'm in trouble. I just am. Do you guys want to see, real quick, the August release? Now, I have this on my old iPhone here. Let me see here. This is this phone, by the way, I just literally keep for diecast purchases, or not diecast purchases, diecast photos, in logging my collection. How do we look at this better? Can I? Oh, geez. Hang on, guys. I am sorry. Like an old dude with technology. Okay, boom. So you're going to get this Ferrari. The Ferrari 412 in black, Ferrari 412 in blue. Yeah, I pre-ordered both of those. And then, of course, this is a new casting, Nissan 180SX Type 2 in black. And then the same casting in white. Yeah, I pre-ordered both of those, too. I did not order these, but you get the Toyota Chaser Avante G and another Toyota Chaser in white. Then the wagon, that was tempting, believe me. Nissan Cedric, another wagon in blue. And then a Nissan Skyline 2000 Turbo GTES. This one was tempting as well. It'd be tempting to get it in red. Oh, geez, and it keeps going. Toyota Stout. And then a freaking bus. And the buses are super expensive. These are probably like $80, $90 right out of the bat. Which is understandable because they're in 1/64 scale, so they are huge. A lot of metal there. And then you get one of the diorama collections. So that's your August release. And if you were to get the whole release, you can start adding that up, and that's expensive. Now, you know these Ferraris are going to be expensive. They're going to be $50 a piece. So that's $100 for those two cars right there. Plus another 20 for this, 20 for that. So that's $140. So then you get an idea, and then shipping. You get what I'm into. Next month, let's just put this Ferrari here. And then, so that one I already pre-ordered. And then, what do we have next? September 2021. Now, these I stayed away from. I don't know if I ordered a single thing in September, which is good. And by the way, I'm on Japan Booster's website. It's a good reference for this. Ferrari 365 GTS4. So you get it in black and in blue. Now, I already have these cars. Well, I've got, both of these castings in red. Really all you need. Then you get this Mazda Savannah, which I've already got a version of this casting in my collection, so I don't really need that. You get it in black or green. And then you get the Nissan Laurel. Again, if you wanted to collect the Ferrari, those, you can see how this would get expensive. And then a big truck. Now, these are going to be expensive, too. And, of course, because they're 1/64 scale. And Tomica garage, tow truck. Just, Datsun truck. Another truck. So you get the idea. If you were to order all that, that's a lot in 1 month. What was that? September, October. What's next? I know what month is next. Yeah, and then another Ferrari. Like, it actually, oddly, the November release just basically has a Ferrari in it. And that in it is all I see on here, unless the other rest are sold out. I don't know. I thought they still kept them on there. And then, so that's fine. That's good. You get a little bit of relief. And then what is it? December? Oh, December only has one car in it too. So I think I don't know if that's correct. I think that's just because the other one's sold out, and that's why those are not showing on here. But anyway, I know there's like a Lamborghini Miura coming. I thought that was December. So December Lamborghini Miura is coming in 2 different colors, and those are like $60 a piece. So there's just no relief coming with TLV. There's just a unbelievable amount of cool stuff coming out. It's just going to, totally wreck your pocketbook. But yeah, anyway, I like these cars. Yeah, this one does have suspension, by the way. Put a big old fingerprint on it. We'll have to wipe that out before displaying it. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching another video, and you guys have a great day.